they're in a really interesting spot. A team that you didn't really expect them to be in right here, right now. So Reens quickly opening things up with his own pistol, but Admic is able to bounce back from that. Entering now the A side with Alfire's crosshairs. Seem as soon as that Toxic Stream will deteriorate, we'll be able to line up his shots, but one drops the other way, which means he will not be covered for that. A lot of control gained by the Anonymo side as they get the spike down, but they're also substantially pushed up in their opponents' faces. Slowly peeking through that audio queue is given away, and a simple collection will come in Admic's way. All down to Masic right now, as he's the final survivor. Has to run away from this, his chances are null. Moxie, a very quick round to get us started with Anonymo with first blood.
Bit of the classics that's going to be waiting on the other side to meet them.
Oh, very sneaky. Alfaya actually gets the cross through and is able to rendezvous away. Spike will go down, but a quick pick will definitely stand favorable for this Turkish side as they're slowly approaching. But Kamik is looking to be the caveat. He's a little bit far off of this corner, may want to bring in some madness from the side, catch his opponents' attentions. But so far, no trays have come across. Surreal finding a way on the site. Poison Cloud concealing their positioning. They've managed to hold it down halfway. Snakebite will fall, which means they can't really approach it that far. They need to go for these kills. Kamik and now reveals himself from the backside. Zas as well coming alive with that Bulldog. And that dog is yapping away at them. JJ, all that remains with a Vandal at hand. Anonymo have done it. Third round, a thrifty one. It's gone their way.
Immediate push onto the A. Instead, they want to scrap in mid. They've got the rifles, they've got the distance, the spray to back it up, but they do trade.
Yeah, this is a trade at the end of the day. I mean, if they're able to trade it equally with those weapons, it ain't a bad of a deal. Alfaya somehow manages to dance around those bullets and avoids them. Gilleste also. Okay, they're actually doing this. They're actually making this work. I'm surprised here. Okay, Reens finally gets shut down, but Alfaya wants to peek through again. And that's a spike in the middle of the open. Flash drive will get them out again. Moving them away, spray down across the wall, that's a kill, but Masic has been able to push through. Snick joins in, it's still a close one, but Surreal have done a ton of damage. Only one remains, and Maniac is so low.
At least you do have your 0.1 fragment and a flash drive, so you do have utility to try and set yourself up if you even need to use it. Now you have to make sure that you're not being chased through doors. Should be able to get the spike planted in the ground as Masic was all the way over towards that B site. Was prowling around mid, had wrapped around Cannon to pop up again behind the backs of Anonymo. Sheriff in hand has been able to upgrade the Vandal on the way, but doesn't know where Manic is going to be playing.
That's the interesting part. Manic could be anywhere. Onto the side. Pikaru, that's the head, but Masic is quicker. Surreal, talk about thrifty rounds now. That's one for the books for them. Get themselves on board with just Sheriffs. Spectacular.
Because look where Masic is going to be playing from, and look who's going to be there to help set you up. That bodyguard, that guy's going to make it so hard to punish.
There's going to be a very fast approach coming through from the Anonymous side now that they've got weapons, but look at this close angle held by Gilleste, who will be shutting down Maniac, but can quickly be rezzed up. Spray down across the Toxic Scream. Will have to fall quickly, though. No longer as strong as it used to. Let's see if they're able to line things up even further. Resurrected. All 5 players from the Anonymous side are still alive and strong, able to shoot these bullets. Us peeking through, getting 1 or 2 off fire, but Admic, when does he go for the swing? Has an opportunity here. Could be catching his opponent on time. JJ caught with his guiding light in hand. Anonymo, make this look quick. Make this look easy.
Has lost their best chance at finding that vibe that they looked for. Remember, they had the timeout. The operator's gone.
He's got an angle.
They do still have the angle on the entrance.
Ooh, Gilleste also joins in. Alfaya as well. Kamik will try and bring his team back into this, but they're at a heavy disadvantage. Look at this backside from Alfaya, and he's not even spotted. He stuck around, and I'm not sure Surreal know that this isn't quite covered from them. And Alfaya can just merely peek past it. Quick headshot to be found. Snick draws it closer. A 1-on-2. What can you do here? In the middle of the open, 18 seconds, not much to work with, but isolates them. Tries for the other, but runs out of bullets. They both do! That was uncomfortable, but Snick comes out on top.
Cushion to fall back onto, but again, he's just creeping his way from mid.
Yeah, Anonymo were just waiting for that. They kind of knew that Surreal would try and go for something aggressive here onto the one end, trying to get that early information, but The interesting part is that they lose Gillette. They don't have the Viper. They can't conceal their positions, which means the B site take was very difficult. They had to push even further than that to seize control. But they have. They've got on the trades. Now they're on site, but Snake dies on that long angle. It's a 2-1-2, and still, this round is anybody's.
Are they going for it? Oh, they're eyeing it up. Drone's coming on through. Trying to get an angle. One has been spotted out. Where's the second?
Well, they've got Hunter's Fury as well. If they find a tag, it could be used, but no. Recon Bolt onto the back angle. Not finding anyone, but a fire will make those bullets work. Kamek out into the open. This is tough. He's very low. 46 points of health. Swing out. Both of them are waiting. Quadra for Alfire. Put a second round for Surreal on the board. So far, so good for Anonymo on their own map pick. Surreal, though, are looking to play catch-up. Viper's pick quite early. Gives them a lot of space towards the safe site. Hunter's Fury looking for the second tag. Unsuccessful. But even though the Viper's pick is committed towards the A site, it's all an obfuscation. It's all an illusion. They're heading towards B, and it seems that Surreal may have gotten the gist of this now. Gillette still onto the backside. They know now. Alfire also coming in. Gillette peeking out. Zus looking to hold on. But with 1 minute remaining and this team's not close by, it's going to be a difficult one. Isolated onto that side. He had to die. Admic looks to rotate over, but Alfire knows where he's coming from due to that Viper's Pit.
Oh, by getting greedy, by trying to monopolize such a vast part of this map, they're never going to have all of the hands they need to take the fight, but Tour de Force is going to mean that Surreal already one hand down.
Look how fast they're pushing onto the site. Zus updrafting away and catches out Reed out into the open. JJ wanted to push through, but Admic peeks through his own toxic screen and gets the kill. Anonymo needed to amp up the pace, and that they have, taken down everyone in their way and have not dropped a single player. Full site control with 2 left here. Alfire looking to bring it back, but it's going to be a tough one, especially due to the fact how deep Anonymo are playing this. Snake also accurate, never going to miss that shot. Alfire also now realizes I'm in too far out of my depth. It's the last round of the half, therefore has to go for it, but to no avail. Anonymo are ahead at half-time by 4 rounds. Someone's got to give. Anonymo doesn't look like they're either ones to do it, though. This is their own map pick, and it seems that they've shown resilience so far on the attacking. Let's see if they can show as such on the defense. Us peeking out from that, but dashes away to safety. Admic, the first one to find a kill this particular round as they do cross onwards. Quickly rendezvousing back, but it seems Surreal found an angle to work with. 3-on-3. They look to close up the gap towards Spawn. Snake coming in from mid. Masic trying to keep it close, but it's still a difficult one. Up against 2. They're low. Finds both heads. Masic! What an incredible clutch! A quadra kill for him. Gives Surreal the pistol.
Anonymo, they have to commit onto one of these sites. They're missing this over. They're missing the recon bolt. Toxin Screen should be giving a big old warning up, though, that Surreal are going to be pushing through.
There's no time to rotate. They have to commit to this. 30 seconds. They have to move on.
30 seconds left.
Giving the operator to the backside of that angle. Reens will be playing it close. Admic, Snakebite doing its work, spraying across. Masic looks to open up, but they evened the scoreboard. 3-on-3. The scales now equal-sided, and now they need to push through Reens. Safe plant coming his way, looking to spray down across the cloud burst, but they will be able to find the stick. Zus onto the side angle on top, looking to catch them off guard, but they all drop like flies, slapped out of the sky. Surreal, an impressive take by them. Anonymo in a round which shouldn't hold too much substance.
They want holes. They want that crossfire from door so that they can punish as you move through from cave, because Toxin Screen and Spray, when you have just one team pushing from one angle, it's so punishing no matter what buy you come on from.
How did that even happen? I swear Surreal were on top. I swear Surreal had better weaponry. But a thrifty round to put Anonymo on top would put them into double digits. Backside, okay. Seekers will be thrown out. Snick, he's revealed so much with just a single out drone. They're delayed also, looking for an operator shot. If they weren't slow, he might have even gotten a kill here. But Masic finds himself onto the site. Sus ends up falling to Reen's push. And this double-sided approach works like a charm. Viper's Pit looks to guarantee it out into the open. Masic whiffs his shot, which means he has to fall. 4 against 4 still. They're looking to equal things up. But this Viper's Pit is impenetrable. Shock Dart softening them up. Snick finds one and draws back into safety to get replenished. Admic still will be shutting down on fire, but there's a pesky Viper peeking out from the shadow. Gillette looks to hold it down, and JJ once again finds a beautiful headshot onto Maniac. All down to Admic. And up against two, my friend, it's not going to be an easy one. Oh, this Viper's Pit means that they could be anywhere. Needs to be lucky at this point. Surreal need to misplace themselves, need to make a mistake. Otherwise, they're not going to give this away, are they?
Grab up and run. So scared of Surreal inching up that distance.
This is going to be straightforward here from Surreal. Let's not overcomplicate things. Oh, could have been a alignment though. Kamek is happy to get one and move out. But JJ will be able to pre-fire him. He's held that position one too many times, therefore it's just so easy to telegraph at this point. Let's see if they switch things up here as they quickly rotate over. Anonymo very close to this approach. And again, Masik, a position he's all too familiar with, will be able to bounce back from once again. Xas has to just get that operator, get a kill, and run away once again. Surreal, they're closing up this gap dangerously quick.
I've got your trail.
This early aggression has come forth here from Zus, the only big gun they do have at their disposal, but look how they've been punished, look how they've been stopped. Kamek will be finding himself one, but the rest of them will fall victims to a Hunter's Fury Maniac! Not again, not like this. With a simple Sheriff takes down the big guns. Spike touched over, Reigns recovers it! What a beauty! Could have gone wrong in so many ways, but he's able to stay composed.
Move through from cave. Anonymo surely have to know that hall isn't clear.
Only left one player towards this B site. Hall now taken over by JJ. Surreal quickly grabbing the advantage here onto the backside of site. Admic also ends up falling. Good lineup with the recon bolt. And now Manic, the map is closing in on him. He's being suffocated here. Snakebite to his right. There's a player behind him. Two on site, one to the side. Celeste will peek through and take him out of his misery. It was just going on too long for him. And now Kamek is all that remains. Tour de force. There's a player behind him. Good luck with that one, mate. Surreal, take charge. Anonymo's map pick, maybe no more, because Surreal only need one round to go now.
Be hovering around Nest. That smoke's going to be running out any second now. And so they have to cycle into the drone to make sure that the angle still is clear, still is safe to push into.
So much is throwing at Maniac right now. Spotted out. They know there's some sort of a two-player stand-up playing on. Buddy system seems to be working out like a charm. As simple as they come, it seems that Surreal may have bitten up two more than they can chew. Zus, Admic, Kamek all lining up together to take down Surreal.
All of your angles, but Seekers are going to show exactly where Anonymo are playing.
Guiding light as well, assisting the push out into the open. Upshaft away, he's able to TP out of there, switch up of that position, and stays alive after it. Masik looking to push forwards. Just lining up some blaze towards mid, still equal when it comes to the numbers. Desperate to find the advantage, but Anonymo are the ones to stand their ground. Gatekeepers of the B site. And Reigns, what can you do here? Can you allow Surreal to stay ahead in the series? Can you allow them to get this first map locked and loaded? Drawing it down to a duel. Kamek is low also. Can Reigns do it? He's already found the 10 bullets, looking to recover the spike. Does he know he's close to their backside? Recon Bolt will not reveal him to the other side of it. He has no idea. He's got no clue. Will get caught out, and Kamek will be able to take Anonymo to overtime.
Oh, that could have been absolutely filthy if he'd moved up right.
Any movement, any sort of mistake to be made can be punished at this point and could cost the entire map. Anonymo now on the attacking. Managed to gain the first site take here. Flash drive looking to peek out. Not as deep as they would have liked, but they still run away with a kill. Impressive. Green picks up the operator. Maybe to take use of that, JJ. Entertaining the idea of committing a backstab, but there's two players and you're just not ready for that one. Anonymo know exactly what they had to do. They read the assignments. They knew how to recover this. Even though kills are found from Alfire, they're all in vain. Anonymo have got the lineups right and will be alive, will be ahead, and now have another chance of closing out their own map.
Match point.
Anonymo, that defense, we talked about it, it's so good. Now that they've figured out the tempo, the level of aggression that they can get away with. So it's going to be that dust up in mid, and Zus is the one that comes out trumps.
Oh, imagine Surreal. You can't drop the ball here, already losing 2 players. They were on map point for just a few rounds. And now that it's overtime, it's crumbling for them. We've seen them in OT against Excel. winning every time. But this time, the script might have changed. Easing across, they'll be spotted. They know the entrance has approached. Kamik close by, won't even rendezvous away, which means that will pay with his life for it. 2 on 3. Backside of the site they go. Anonymo have already managed to rotate over, already have their players to contest this. The Spike can't go down comfortably.
Plan goes through.
Oh, Masick, quick kill. Masick wants to go for the side swing once again. Maniac closes it out and gives this game to Anonymo. Map 1 of Series 2 of the day will be heading in the direction of their poles. It was close, but they've done it.
I mean, we wanted to see close matches. We definitely got to see a close match in Breeze. It was an absolute knife point. Yeah, they've also got presence around belt as well, so you can just sit Alfie there with that Killjoy spam. Know that you can activate it when they try and stick that diffuse.
Nice. Snick gets himself most of the kills there. Maniac as well chimes in. Kamik looks to take Masick down. Wants a piece of that pie. It's starting to get tasty. He can smell it from that distance. Alfire, though, he's got a tough task up against him. The Spike already diffused halfway. Snick close by will entertain him for a little bit longer as the Spike is also diffused. Anonymo hit first, getting themselves a pistol.
Honestly, as a Marshal or a Guardian, which means Sus is going to own the long distance fights.
Yeah, and we've seen Anonymo go for a force like this on the first map, so maybe we'll see something, well, maybe you'll see something like this happen again for them. Well, it's Surreal this time that are going for the force instead, so gladly like to take charge of that, but Sus, even though the smoke's concealing him with a tag of the Owl Drone, that will take care of him quickly. Onto the backside of things, Snick barely survives. The ball actually saves his life. They break through it as the Spike gets committed to Maniac, looking to come back from this JJ with an off angle. He could be lining up too here, but they've got off angles as well, approaching from different positions. Gillette looks to spray it down, but Anonymo have got it locked and loaded. Take everyone down and take the round with them as well. This particular instance. Let's see if Surreal are able to gain space. Anonymo already dedicating powers into this position. All coming through, broken straight away. Now where's the safety? Finds one piece of that wall to hide away from, but now you're stuck out into the open, but still survives for a kill and is still alive. Reese just runs away from it. That is incredible. Now it's all equal. Can be resurrected as well. 5 players stand for Surreal right now as Anonymo look to take charge, look to regress, paranoia to delay, coming up close and personal. But how can you deliver with a tour de force? The answer is that you don't. It's Kamik to put on the carry pants. Alfire, all of a sudden, is all that remains. Finds one out into the open as they commit to the Spike defusal, but it's Kamik to come alive once again. Anonymo takes charge, shut down Surreal. 4 rounds in succession.
His knives now going to be online coming up from Mazik, just moving super aggressively forward, but Anonymo are going to be there to stop them. Drone spots one out, but the rendezvous is there, and Maniac is out.
You should run.
Lockdown coming forth. Okay, that could delay it. That could delay the retake, as they do actually move up very, very aggressively. Whoa, very far into it. Admic finds himself in the middle of no man's land, and that catches everyone off guard. Anonymo, they're taking charge of this. A big, big no-no to the players wanting to pass by. Gillette, though, wants another end to the deed. Alfire as well will help him in that instance. They've switched things up here. Anonymo had a really good start to this, but now Surreal have got double the amount of players. Kamik is all that remains. Nanoswarm onto the side, hasn't read it either. As soon as he touches it, it will be enabled, and that's the difficult part. Looks to peek out, finds a head! Maybe the second! It could have happened, but it will not be. Surreal find their way on the board. Well, at least Surreal found their way back in, right? They know of Maniac's position, hasn't quite TP'd out of it just yet. Recombot will reveal his position, but chooses to stick around still. Looking to push by Admic, out into the open. Snick also joins in. Anonymo heavily dedicated towards his site position, but no. Fire seizes control, and now this is where they can push through fully into the open. Kamik has got paranoia though, and he'll be using it up against them. giving space to his teammate. Masic, that was his chance to put his team ahead, but Kamek TP's up close. Wants to get up into their face, but our fire with an off angle will catch him off guard. Zus now in a 1-on-2, but Surreal have got the spike, and they may take it where they please.
You've got the knives.
Oh, Zus. Perfect. One quick kill to go his way, and now there's one left to the side corner. Masic repeats the same angle, and it works out for him. 2 rounds now for Surreal. Ace side taking over, spike goes down, and that means we're on for a beautiful retake. One where 5 players are alive on each camp, looking to push through here. No control over the back lines there for Surreal. Can now focus their resources on holding down main. This is going to be an interesting one, Moxie, as they do line up towards heaven. Recon Bolt will be used before they start to push through. It does fall wide to the position where you would have wanted it. First off angle for Gilleste means that they will get themselves the first 30 HP on Tureens. Ends up dying 2 up against 3. Anonymo on the back foot, but they look to change the script. It's still a close one, but Masic on the far end. Nanoswarm will do its job as well. Surreal have equalized. They've got themselves on level ground.
Mid. They just want to move on to site.
For good reason. Zus has an off angle that could work with there. Spotted, dashes away, trying to recover a second position to work with. And again, Anonymo have been known to be very quick to react to these and have the adequate amount of players, but for the last 4 rounds, it hasn't seemed to have worked out as planned. Off fire, lockdown coming in. That's going to open things up, simplify them, find the side open. But they will. Pointing out the weaknesses of that play, but no one from the Anonymo side are within that space. JJ pushing forwards, but look at Mazik, holds it down, but Zus trades it out. Maniac in with instant chaos with the Viper Spit, looking to make sense of the situation, but it's still a difficult one because they're down in numbers. Zus's feet have been spotted as he makes his way across the zip line. And now Snick, all that remains. Spike hasn't even gone down, so if he can delay it enough, maybe there's a world where he clutches this. Shock Dart will damage him up just a little bit. But how can you sneak this out? You've got to deal with 3 players. You've got to deal with 3 angles. There's the first. Moves out into safety. Replenished. Healed back up. And now down to 2. Gilleste is low, remind you. So if he takes care of them, then the Viper's Pit will be no more. But they're close by. And they've got a crossfire setup. And peekaboo! Gilleste takes an angle his teammate held a second ago. And will be able to rip off the head of his opponents. The tables have turned. The sides have been switched. And now, Anonymo are on a quest to take this B site open. First side quest, get that spike down. Second side quest, let it explode. Let's see if they're able to succeed on any of those. Oh, double shock that lineup. Oh, JJ just showed us how it's done. Oh, that was just murder.
So I mean, if getting spike down and letting it detonate is a side quest, was that an achievement?
Yeah, that was more than an achievement. I think he's just beat the game. I think he's just found a glitch in the system, but yeah, might need to find a different way into this because Reed's just committed halfway with a snake bite, but they realize they've got no yellow control. They're walled off. It doesn't matter if we lose a player like this. Now they've got weaponry to work with though, and they should be at an advantage. Kamek, fairly deep spike plot coming in from him straight with the TP. And Surreal actually taking their time to rotate over, maybe thinking that it could have been a fake, because Anonymo have been in such endeavors before.
It feels like it's the gamble stack looking at the buy that they're coming in on. Whether or not it was a fake, you do run into them as a team.
Ooh, maybe this is doable. Playstorm available, updraft, looking for the head. Gilleste, Masic, both of them finding the kills. That is incredible. Snakebite, maybe delay, but they found a gap through it. And they will be able to defuse it. There's a positioning for it. No way! That just happened! And it's not enough. That was a quadra, but it's already diffused halfway, so Gilleste will be able to retrieve it. Board. A lot of faith has been put into Fire, Masic, and Gilleste here, and Gilleste will be the first one to come through with a kill. Now, they will seize the opportunity, aggress towards this B site, but they're losing players, Moxie. They're losing players.
And Mika's losing Venom. And that's going to be a Hunter's Fury coming out from Surreal. Spike can't yet go down. It's been able to delay it. Gilleste is able to find Admix, so no Viper there.
Very clean stuff from Surreal so far. Anonymo with just 2 now. Up against 5, which have barely taken any damage. Really interesting how they want to switch things up. It seems that Snick will first get his kill due to timing, but the rest won't let it go too far out of reach. Surreal, it seems like they're determined to get this icebox wrapped up, shipped over, and made their own.
Maniac not going to be there with the tour de force. You have to afford, you have to gamble on the Vandal being the thing that keeps that jet in place. Admic's already down, and that means there's no one to stop you from having full vertical control for Surreal.
It's getting from bad to worse here from Anonymo, losing out on a round where they're supposed to have the advantage and now losing players very, very early in the vestige of this round. Zas might open things up here. Kamek also has a very sneaky position that he can take advantage of, but without getting the spike onto the side just yet, Surreal aren't really pressured to make any move. Another piece of dart cover being put in place. Shock dart taking down our fire. This is going to make the endeavor a lot simpler for the Anonymo side. They recall their way back in. They move across. Head spotted of JJ Gillespie. Only one to survive, but not for long. And it's Anonymo to finally get their way back in.
Surreal's gambled on the side of the map where Anonymo are going to be pushing, so at least they're not going to be overwhelmed.
Yeah, they'll find out very quickly that this is their approach. I mean, the turret has already spotted them. Recon bolt to the back site for Anonymo to make sure Surreal aren't close either. I think they've retrieved that information. Spike will get down. So post-bots positions now to be set up.
Toxin screen falls. Just getting a little bit of information on the side of Anonymo.
Starts pushing past it, gets one. Spike has been touched, therefore increasing pressure coming onto Anonymo. Wall will be between them. Snake bites dropping, but Surreal are getting all the kills. They've gotten everyone, apart from Snick to the side, looking to punish. Paranoia out into the open, looking to find the diffuser, but they're not able to do so. Kills come in too late, and Surreal recover it, getting themselves onto map point, taking that round off the hands of Anonymo.
It does have the knives online if you really want to dip into them. Already going to be pushing super aggressively towards Belt. Recon Bolt giving a lot of information, but it's all information that Anonymo are at another side entirely.
Unless any mad shenanigans go on, this should be around for Anonymo, right? They're finding the B site open, right call for them to make. Little do they know it's completely open themselves, so they'll soon figure that out. But the fact that Surreal have already found themselves into the back line, that could be a troubling situation. Walking past the trademark, not spotted due to the cloudburst dropping. And that's the useful part, because now they don't know. They haven't looked, they haven't checked. Oh dear, this actually can be precious. Oh, Masic, he's going for it. We'll be fighting ahead. Now they're turning around. They're not turning around in time. Masic, a huge triple kill. Let's for more. A quad shot, a full-on ace. Surreal, they're taking us to a third map. What a way to close out Icebox.
It feels like Anonymo were expecting the trademark to give away whether or not there was a backstab coming through. Going to be going for the full team stack on towards the A.
Surreal are one for upsets though. They've done that already from the start stages of the group stage, but let's see how this one goes on. Masic aggressing forward, playing around with his cloudburst. Us onto the sidelines here, trying to hold it down, but it seems the attacking side of Surreal getting most of the work done. Maniac holding on though. They're waiting for reinforcements, looking for another headshot, and he finds it, which means a spike needs to go down for bullet. Shock that also looking to push by. Admic aggressing, will have to fall. It's all down to Maniac. I believe he's already found a couple of kills, which means he has to transform that into a quadra. Swings by, not the head, double-sided angle here from Surreal, which means Maniac stood no chance. Surreal hit first.
Utility if you want to be able to move safely up. Ceylon already! That's the Rolling Thunder coming through, and it catches no one.
At least they know the site's cleared out, I guess. Trying to make the most out of that one. Cup half full, you know. Paranoia again coming in, but other players there to capitalize upon it? I don't think so. Surreal actually went out on those trades, and a little bit too preemptive with that push. Miscommunication and such will end up costing them. Surreal just hold their lines correctly and take down everyone who trespasses. Dark cover coming in from two edges, but the same will follow suit here from the Anonymous side, looking to defend early. Masic's push to the high ground will be punished. Admic takes him down, spray down across, and Maniac close by means that a Surreal's attempt is stopped towards the B side, but it looks like they've changed up their options.
C is the one that's getting a lot of noise. He's moved in and he's here to stay. Admic booted away.
Kamek, does he know there's Kamek also in that corner? You give the respect, but Kamek, what a swing! Doubles it up, Hunter's Fury looking to find the opening. The flash helps him out. TP not coming in time. The Hunter's Fury will be able to find him, but Reese, he's all by himself at this point. And now the rest of them look to close up the gap against him, suffocate him into his little corner. And Anonymo find their way back in after that little timeout.
It's good to see though that Anonymo, they're not pushing A long. They're not pushing ramps, so Zas is going to be alive.
It's all going to be played out to the backside. JJ, monstrously quick. And Maniac is no more. Simply deleted. Admic now trying to shut down his opponent, dashing in. He's caught just enough time, enough space to make sure his rest of his team can do the job. Surreal, a superb job on this take. They're just showing us how it's done right now. An execute that has just worked out grand for them. And they just continue to increase that lead.
You're stuck in garage, you've wasted utility, you've given information on where the jet is, and now you know that they're not going to be able to be fast enough to cut you off on the rotation. You can start to make your move and bait them towards the C to cut them off. As Snick is forced to go on to door watching duty.
Yeah, Snick is in sneaky business. Oh, hello! He just bumps heads with Gillests. Both end up falling. And that onslaught, oh, spray down, can't quite be controlled on that distance. And yeah, okay, Surreal get the spike down again. Anonymo seem to have lost all grasps that they ever had on this game. All fingers are just off the mark right now. Surreal just slapped their hands off. This is ours.
I think I've cast a Yoru earlier than I've
for sure.
cast a few.
100%. 100%. No, I haven't seen Phoenix in a long, long time. Okay. Sus actually finding a kill here. Snick as well. An opportunity for Anonymo to come back. Seekers are thrown at them. Aftershock though, that's going to cause Sneak to move out of the way. Trailblazer moving out. Flashpoint has to cause Snick to hold his position. One drop right in his face. Gillesto recovers it. But look at Kamek. Sneaky beaky. Roll them down. Anonymo get around at least at the final round of the half. Moxie, not right now. It's not time. Masic, though, will make it look like a scary movie. There's Snick, he saw his life flash between his eyes.
Surreal, though, have to be feeling pretty happy. 6 rounds between them and Anonymo. First blood goes their way, but Anonymo are able to get onto the site. Spike should be able to go down. Dark cover going to be cutting off Heaven. And starts to come on through, but it does feel like Surreal are just letting them take that space. You have to be wary though. Kamek's lurking around ramps, making sure no one's going to try and backstab through.
Sneaky sus. It's kind of sus. Imposter found, and he's taken everybody down! 3 kills! Maniac wants another piece of this! They may be able to find it here. Anonymo need this pistol, but fires and making this easy. Kamek swings out from the shadows, retrieves it. Anonymo take the pistol.
Our operator's mixed up its angle, guiding light comes on through. Clyde burst to make sure that you can safely get out from lobby. I was like, still not pulling away. Doesn't take the shot, waits for the drone to come through, knows that their location's already revealed, wants to get a pick. Now finally will dash back to the safety.
Moving on to the site though, should be fairly straightforward one. I think they've been respected in that regard. Now the post plant will come across. Look at the ultimates, nothing really available here from Surreal, so it's going to have to be raw gunpowder to overwhelm them. Of course, paranoia can pay dividends at the right placement of it, and that's what we're really waiting for at this point. Zus fairly up close and personal, guiding light, damaging up Sus a little bit, but he'll be there for the pre-fire, dashes away, not enough to get himself to safety. Quickly bouncing back, Surreal trying to get most of the kills here, but they're failing. Hunter's Fury will also complicate matters. Masic eases away from this fight. It's not one he favors, therefore Anonymo have been gifted an opportunity to take down this round. Even though it's going to be an expensive endeavor for them, at least they start to get a few rounds to go their way. We're still not an easy endeavor for them.
I've got your trail.
Oh, Seekers are coming on out. It's going to give away the position. Well, Jailers, who suddenly finds it a very hot spot to be in.
Yeah, traded out though. Anonymo get the best of it, but still equal across the board. Rifles gathered up on fire with space. to come in from behind, maybe spotted. Masick will try and draw attention towards him. He even runs away with a kill. Admic is ever so low. How is he even standing? One bullet
You should run.
would do it. Lockdown. Oh, he's going for the chase. He's going after him. Man's just got put on the joggers and he's going directly for it. Trying to pre-fire it. He's done it. 5 bullets on the rifle. He doesn't need more than that. Just one will do. Admic. Does he find the head in time? My word, he does. Anonymo, hold on. They're not done just yet.
These angles, cleaning out garage. This is what Sky is so good at. Trailblazer invested no one behind doors. Jail is forced away. But Masick's still able to find a shot.
Yeah.
Not again.
And they're still very scared to push through garage here. They've used everything at it. They do wait for the one-sided smoke to deteriorate, but there's another one that falls towards the site, and it's one that we're taking advantage of. Alfire quickly taking down Snick here, and Anonymo are in a grand disadvantage. 3 players, the only control they've gathered is garage, and Surreal are happy to give that up at this point.
Can't push for the dark cover until it evaporates, because their angles will be spotted out long before they see where Surreal are playing from this backside. And still they haven't made a move onto this site. There's 44 seconds left.
Without any noise towards the other side of the map, they're not going to move out of position. They still went out on the trace, which is the important part. Rolling Thunder, looking to concuss them. That is going to delay the plant substantially. JJ out into the open, has to draw back with the kill. He's gathered flash out. Not the timing you need here, but the timing that maybe they require to get themselves the plant down. Shocked up will damage them up substantially. They're barely alive. Will bang them. Just spray down across smoke. Somehow they hold on, and it's all down to Masick. Every one of them is low. From the shadows, they line up, but it's not enough to get the kills. They both take him down, and Masick falls, and Anonymo get another. Managed to make it out. Then they beat Rebels, the favorites of this entire promotion tournament. But unfortunately, they faltered where Big lay. It's going to be a simple one. For Anonymo, at least. They'll keep their hopes alive, their dreams. Getting a little bit closer to Surreal by the second. He wanted to stick around a little bit longer as well. He was just second guessing himself. Should I go out? Should I go? Should I stay? Are they going to push? But it looks like the commit is coming in from mid, and Masick is going to swing by. Kamek out with his smokes. Not really going to allow him to stay alive long enough. So Surge, well, they've got the advantage. Surreal getting it done here. Masick onto the back end of it, still holding strong. JJ joining the fray. Hunter Suri assisting in this endeavor. They're making this look clean. Is us the only way Anonymo can back into this? Eli's as a difference maker. Admic, the corner not quite cleared out, meaning he will have to fall. And Zus will have to follow suit. Surreal 2 rounds away from closing things out here. Shutting down Anonymo and qualifying onwards.
Daughter force to play with.
Let's see if they can remain in this game, if they can make it into VCT promotion. Still a long way to go, but this lower bracket round is the only resource they have left. Their only chance, and they're fighting with it with everything they've got. JJ crosses by, Reeds as well, looking to take charge of this. They already find themselves the numbers, and this time around, as they do switch sides, they do switch positions on the map, there is a defender holding onto the site. It's Alfire, and he's waiting for it. He's thirsty, he can hear the commotion, taking a wider angle, going for the swing. Rendezvous away, and that's a freebie. Is this where it all ends for Anonymo? Is this where Surreal are able to shut them down and qualify? Is this where they book their ticket to play up against Rebels in the next point of the bracket? Alfire pushes up, gets one. Maniac with 2. Can he save it? More remaining, but just peeks through and takes him down. Surreal have taken down Anonymo, and they will be qualifying onwards, while Anonymo's dreams and hopes will have to be put on pause. They will not be doing it this time around.
The 9 free curse does not strike again.